So there's something that my co-author, Dr. Rana Limbo, and I really talked about in when we were writing about ritual, is this aspect of co-creating, right? That it takes more than one person to do this. Ritual was never meant to be done in its purest sense in absolute isolation. Although that being said, I still think there's a place for one grieving person to do something, but they're still connected in relationship with someone else for the reason why they're having the ritual, right? So that ritual is always done, even if community is just between two people, it's a co-creating. And so whether you're, in an experience that's in the four walls of a hospital or the four walls of your own home, I think thinking through, again, if we ground ourselves in this notion that ritual isn't something formal or higher that someone prescribes, it really comes from an organic place in us as humans to want to make sense when things are happening around us. Sometimes they're really significant, like huge things that require a little bit more planning. And other times it's just a really organic moment where the co-creation is going to focus on, boy, this is happening right here and now. What can I do to mark this, to be in the moment? And I really think anyone can do that, or any, it doesn't have to be a healthcare professional who's had lots of training or read a lot in ritual. I think it's something very organic. There was a child who, as her death was getting closer, she was really afraid, or she was actually not afraid. She was doing really lovely work with her parents and communicating and thinking things through, which about what was most important to her. And at one point, she admitted her mom found her looking very sad one day, and um, her mom said, "What are you thinking about?" And she said, "It just dawned on me, as you've been," and she probably didn't use those words, but she said, I realized with the pictures you're showing me about the family members that I'm going to meet when I go to heaven, that was their family's faith tradition, that they're all old. I think I'm going to be bored in heaven, that everybody's going to be old." And the mom said, "Oh, I'm so glad you told me that." And in sharing with the team and the child life specialist, an amazing thing happened that turned into a ritual for that child and actually extended into that family's grief work. With the help of child life specialists and other dear families who've lost their child, they were able to gather pictures and stories about other children who were in heaven. And they were put on a ring for this child, laminated. And she would talk about these friends that she was going to meet and study those pictures. Like that became, she did that on a daily basis. That was something that was with her and a part of, how the family incorporated into the funeral service. But again, it arose that ritual and storytelling and connecting with pictures to other kids who had already died, and she thought, believed she was going to see in heaven, that emerged from a tender spot for her, from a hard place of what she was worried about or scared about. And it got turned into something really amazing.